Race weekend coming up this Saturday, Sunday. We are at Chesterfield. A little bit of a backstory for Chesterfield. Its club has been running for many moons, and they put a little GP weekend on, which myself and my good friend Geraint Williams are heading up to tomorrow morning. Doors open at 2 o'clock. Racing gets going at 3 p.m. We're going to be streaming live all weekend. So catch the GP. There's going to be 2 rounds of qualifying on Saturday, then 4 rounds of qualifying on Sunday with a final in the evening. So look out for posts on the YouTube channel to catch all the action. So tonight I'm going to talk you through what I pack up and take with me on a weekend. I'm sort of treating this as like a national warm-up. We've got our national season coming up in January, the end of this month. We've got double weekend in end of Jan, then Feb and March, and that will be covered right here on the On Road Podcast YouTube channel. So let's get on. Let me talk you through what I take. So a little bit of a behind the scenes look. I've got the in the study here, all my sort of RC and general crap. First of all, I always use my trusty Huddy hauler. And I have their box system. For me personally, I always label them. Before I did this, it was lottery box. Didn't know what was in what until I started labeling them up. So first things first, 12 scale tires this weekend. I'm not actually taking 12 scale tires in there. I've got my vacuum pump. If the grip's low, I'll be using that to pop tires in. It just lets the additive get into the tire a little deeper. Pump those, might use that for like an hour between rounds. I've got new bodies that I'm going to be putting on, so I've got the trusty Dremel out. Fire that up. Obviously I'm going to be truing tires as well, so always take a spare power supply with me. So that's box number 1. Then box number 2 is my tools, lipo and oils. So open it up there. I've got my Huddy toolkit, all the tools in there. I've also got a little electric screwdriver here. Those of you that might use the single bolt rear axle that Schumacher brought out, I think that's a really great bit of kit. Got the tool stand as well by Hoodie. All my odds and sods as my tools in there. All the verniers, Sharpies. I use a, let me show you this here because this could be quite useful for those. So with the contact tires and ulti tires, I use a white marker pen to, that'll make sense in a minute when I talk you through my tires. So that's that. So that's the boxes packed away. I'll always put the one with the most soft items at the bottom. That way they, or the softest items out of all of the boxes, let's say. Moving on to the 12 scale parts. Because I now run buggy, I have some 12 scale boxes and some buggy boxes. There are the other boxes that I keep underneath there. Got my spares, I've got all of the extra spares, my bolts and all that other odds and sodderies in there. Not particularly interesting, but spare chassis. I've got a spare car with me, which I'll show you in a minute as well. Then we are into the charger boxes. I've got soldering iron in there, really nice pack. This is actually a pit light box for the Hoodie. This is actually the bag for that. But I actually stole it and popped the soldering iron kit in there. Got my discharge bank in there. I've got my iCharger 406 Duo in there. So that's my iCharger 406 Duo. It's got some different colour schemes on there. I really like it. I think it looks a bit different. I hate the orange and the, I don't even know what colour to call it that it comes in. Next up, we got the tyre truer. Obviously going to be truing tyres, different sizes, different points. The truer fits nicely in there, so I've got 4 cases. Truer, my extension lead in there. if it goes. Yeah, there we go. There she is. Boom. That's all set and ready to go. Then I've got my usual glass setup board, my Huddy mat, and she is good to go. Next up, my two cars. This is my race car, and this is my spare car. Like all of these things, I like to be prepared. So spare servo, spare ESC, transponder and receiver. A couple of fresh body shells that I will be painting in the car park at Chesterfield. That sounds like a bit of a live stream going on there as well. So those two are ready to go. The transmitter, nobody likes to leave a transmitter at home, so I've got my transmitter in there. I've got my high vis, got my gloves, if there is the other one in there. Yep, there's the other one. High vis and gloves, and always carry the manual with me just in case. So that's that. If you've ever been traveling abroad with RC racing, it's my first time going to New York way back when, and I love the whole Huddy system that allows you to get all of the bits to hook up on the case, and that's ready to go. Super easy. Next up, tires. So I am got to deal with contact tires. Very fortunate to have that. So I only use contact tires whenever I race. I've got T-foam in here and I've got A-foam in here. The A-foam I've got 30, 32 and 35 for fronts, and I've got 28, 30, 32 and 35 for rears. I like to be prepared, so I always take plenty of tyres with me. I've got my bit of spray paint for the body shells that I'm going to be painting up. I've got a couple of new lipos from Trinity, the 8000s. I'm trying a bit of different monster traction, which is a BRCA. I'm going to give that a try. Got my motors in there. If you saw motors live, they're all my motors, so they're all ready to go. So that's that. Next up, I'm taking my kit. I've got a few people that have asked me about some motors to give them help with, so I'm going to do that. Got some toilet roll, some kitchen roll for the tyres, obviously, at the end of each round. And I've got another shock pump vacuum as well. And finally, I've got my little 4-foot table. That's a bit of a new addition. I've usually used a 6-foot table, so I'll take that with me, and my chair. And that's it. That's the kit, all ready to go for the morning. So that's a little rundown on everything that I take racing on a national weekend. Obviously a club meet is slightly different, but when you're travelling all the way up to northern England, last thing you want to do is be scrimping and scraping. Of course, I'm going way over the top with everything that I take, but that's just me. I love the hobby, and I don't particularly want to go and work hard all week, and then when you get there, you don't have what you need. So I'd rather have too much than too little. So hopefully that's given you an insight. If you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you are a newbie. It'd be lovely to have you along for future videos. I really appreciate all your support, and I look forward to seeing you all trackside soon.